Hello everyone, welcome to AUSw Info. In this video we are going to talk about Australia Women's vs New Zealand Women's T20 World Cup match review. I'm sure this video makes you more happy, and it relaxes your mind. If you are a cricket lover, this is the right channel for you. Let's start the video. A total of 5 match winners stepped up for Australia in their opening match of the T20 World Cup, as the defending champions began their pursuit of a 6th T20 title with the 97-run demolition job of Trans-Tasman rivals New Zealand. The tone in Australia's victory was set by their captain Meg Lanning, with her 33-ball 41 allowing Ellyse and Alyssa Healy to build through the middle overs. Perry smacked 40 in 22 balls. Healy hit 55 in 38 deliveries and Australia handed New Zealand 174 to chase, but New Zealand had the worst possible start when Megan Schutt took 2 big wickets in the first over of the chase. New Zealand could never recover from thereon, and Ashleigh Gardner feasted on their misery to run through their tail. She finished with a 5-wicket haul and her career-best T20 figures, while Sophie Devine's side returned to the drawing board following the heavy defeat. Healy and Lanning linked up when Australia were in a spot of bother. Opener Beth Mooney was out for a duck to a terrific diving catch from Eden Carson, and Lea Tahuhu was getting the new ball to swing. Instead, the pair counterattacked, and the 15 runs they took in the last over of the power play took Australia to 47 for 1 after 6. Lanning enjoyed most of this strike in the period and was enterprising with her charges down the track that ended up with boundaries through the V. With 7 fours, she raced to 41 in 32 balls before a googly from Amelia Kerr had Lanning missing a cut and she was out bowled in the 10th over. The dangerous Gardner fell soon after to Tahuhu after getting a leading edge to an attempted flick, and that brought Perry, in rich form from the away series in India, to the crease. Perry was off the blocks quickly, but on 11, could have been out. LBW had New Zealand reviewed a shout from Kerr. She made full use of the second life to bludgeon Tahuhu and Fran Jonas around, and after a slow start, Healy too came out of her shell. Healy turbocharged her way to a 50 in 35 balls with runs coming from both ends, and the duo reached their 50 partnership in only 25 deliveries. But Healy was out on 55 when Tahuhu outfoxed her with a slower ball that was mistimed to the deep. Perry, though, kept going for the big shots, hitting Tahuhu and Kerr for sixes. Even though Kerr had her LBW for 40, Perry's innings at a strike rate of 181.81 ensured Australia did not stagnate through the middle overs, more so with Healy struggling early on. With Grace Harris run out cheaply and Jess Jonas and Alana King and Talia McGraw showing little resistance, it appeared Australia would be all out, a rare occurrence for the T20 side. But number 11 Darcy Brown finished the innings with the boundary to take the defending champions to 173 for 9. Kerr was the pick of the New Zealand bowlers, taking 2 of her 3 wickets with googlies, and finished with 3 for 23. Tahuhu's 3-4 cost her 37 runs, with a few loose deliveries interspersed between the 11 dot balls in her spell. At the halfway stage, Healy said that 173 was solid but not out of reach for a side of New Zealand's calibre. Therefore a tidy new ball spell against Sophie Devine and Susie Bates was imperative. Instead, Schutt produced an imperious opening over to break New Zealand's back. After conceding 5 wides off her first ball, Schutt went full with Bates dancing in her crease to play the scoop. Schutt's extra pace did the trick, and Bates was gone for 0 with her middle stump flattened. 2 balls later, Schutt got a length ball from wide of the crease to angle in, and Devine's missed flick meant she was out for 0 first ball as well. Schutt could have had a 3rd wicket in her second over when Bernadine Bezuidenhout was caught in front of the stumps to a ball angling in from a good length, but the batter survived on a tight umpire's call decision. Bezuidenhout would go on to pull, reverse sweep and slog 3 boundaries in quick succession, playing her first game since 2020 and on a comeback trail after 2 years out of the game to recover from a health issue. Bezuidenhout's shot-making was spunky, but she was adjudged caught soon after in a contentious call that saw the umpires going upstairs to a catch from Harris that even Australia were only half convinced about. Once she was gone, Harris was in action again when her throw had Maddie Green, trying to pinch a second run, short of her crease, and New Zealand were reeling at 38 for 4. With the procession of wickets, the number 4 Kerr showed restraint early on, but later took McGraw on for a hat-trick of boundaries with some smart use of her feet. But when Gardner went full, she failed to connect with the sweep and was out for 21, with New Zealand needing 113 runs in the last 10 overs with only 5 wickets in hand. Their aim in the game should have turned to mitigating the run rate damage, but instead the back end of the second innings began with Gardner picking off Hayley Jensen and Tahuhu with soft catches inside the circle. With only the last 2 wickets remaining, Gardner went full and fast in her penultimate over. Her gallant turn was too much for Jessica and Eden Carson to handle, and she picked off the last 2 wickets to finish with career-best figures of 5 for 12 as New Zealand were all out for 76. New Zealand's next game is against South Africa on Monday, while Australia meet Bangladesh on Tuesday. Thank you so much, friends. If you like my channel and videos, please like, share and subscribe for more cricket updates. I'll see you in another video. Be safe, be happy.